Good morning, guys. It is the morning of the 5th of December and it is Sinterklaas here today in the Netherlands. And for those of you who don't know, it is a kids' holiday similar to Christmas, where kids would get gifts from Santa Claus, but here they get gifts from Sinterklaas. And actually, I think Santa Claus has originated from Sinterklaas, but in any way, they're both centered around St. Nicholas Bishop. And in case of Sinterklaas, he comes on a stem boat, I think all the way from Spain, maybe not, but there is also a connection to Spain. So he comes on a stem boat to Spain with to the Netherlands with his small helpers Piets, and then they give gifts to the children. And for those children who misbehave throughout the year, I think he leaves coal. That's the story. And kids, they would actually leave a carrot in their shoes, and that is intended for the horse of Sinterklaas, because he's supposed to come on a horse and then take the carrot as if the horse has eaten the carrot and put a gift into a shoe of the kid. There are, I think, many different variations how you can actually celebrate it or how you can present gifts to your children or Sinterklaas. We do it with our family or with the family of my husband. They already have kids of 5 and 2 or 3 actually, and we have been celebrating it for a few years already, and now we're just joining together with Ayaz, and this year is actually the first time that we're going to be celebrating it at our place. So I'm also going to show you a little bit the preparation, because I'm going to make some dinner for tonight, and we also prepared some gifts for Ayaz. Obviously he doesn't understand the concept of Sinterklaas yet, and I'm 100% sure he's also not even going to understand that they're gifts for him. He's just going to be, I think, crawling around. But I'm quite excited because this is the first actual holiday or like kids holiday that we're going to be celebrating with him, and the next one is going to be Christmas and then New Year's and then his actual birthday. So we are now entering into this festive season. I'll take you along with me today, but for now I actually need to go and work because Sinterklaas is not an official public holiday in the Netherlands, so I still need to work, but I'll see you soon. Welcome to my kitchen. It is now 2:30. I'm done with work. I had to log off earlier to prepare for the dinner. The guests are coming in approximately 2.5 hours, which means I have approximately 2 hours to make everything ready because I still need to take a shower and get ready myself. The idea for the dinner, or at least the menu that I, together with Gemini, the AI, prepared, is the main dish going to be 2 full chickens with some roasted vegetables like potatoes, carrots, onions. And then for starters, I'm going to make a very simple salad with rucola, mozzarella, and tomatoes, and probably sizzle some balsamic vinegar on top of it. I'm going to make wraps with smoked salmon, cream cheese, and dilla. And I'm going to put some dips on the table as well with some crackers. My sister-in-law is bringing a dessert, and my mother-in-law is bringing also some snacks. So I think it's going to be a nice table. And what I'm actually excited about is that it's December, which means we are in this festive season, and I can finally set the dinner table with my Christmas collection plates. I'm gonna have to take them out now because they're usually somewhere far, far away. So I have to take them out now, and I'm gonna think first of all which plates I need, that I have everything in hand, and then I'm gonna start slowly preparing. So as you can see, I took out my winter collection. I still have 1 extra plate, or actually 2, which are similar to this one, so they're serving plates as well. But I think this should be enough, and I actually hope that it will all fit on the table as well. These are the vegetables that I'm gonna roast. I have here carrots, potatoes, and onions, and I must say I always have difficulty figuring out how many vegetables I need for how many people. So I hope that this is gonna be enough, but let's see. I'm starting first with preparing the vegetables. I cut them all and then I put them all on the tray and then season with some olive oil and salt, pepper, and vegeta. That's actually a Bosnian spice. And here is what was happening in the background. Ayaz is not really walking yet, but we're trying to stimulate it, and sometimes he would give us a couple of moves or steps, but here he was already tired, and then he noticed that there were bags with gifts. So I have 2 chickens out of the fridge, and there will be 2 recipes. I asked actually Gemini to help me with the preparation of this dinner, and it suggested me 2 recipes. One is going to be based on this orangey zesty flavor, and one is going to be with apples. So for the chicken with orange, we're going to need 1 orange, 1 garlic, and thyme. And for the one with apple, we're going to need apples, maybe 1. I just took out 2 just in case. A yellow onion and Sally. I'm not sure how that's called in English, but Sally. And this is going to be basically the stuffing that I will need to put inside the chicken. And then the chicken itself, I will have to wrap with butter and some spices, which I just put now onto stove to warm up a little bit. This is also going to be my first time stuffing the chicken, so I hope it's going to work out fine. Let's go. Here I'm preparing the stuffing, so I'm first cutting the oranges, then onions and apples. And as I mentioned before, this was actually my first time stuffing the chicken this way, and surprisingly it turned out to be good. Also considering that the recipe was advised by Gemini, or it was suggested by Gemini, I was quite happy with the result, and also all the guests liked the flavor of the chicken. It was very tender. So I stuffed 2 chickens with the stuffings that I've mentioned earlier, and then I have poured over the mixture, which is butter with some spices. I baked the chicken together with the vegetables for approximately 90 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. And in the meantime, I moved on to making starters. So I've made a variation of a caprese salad, but I added some rucola, olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Then I also made stuffed paprikas with cream cheese and dille. And I also made wraps with smoked salmon and cream cheese, dille and cucumbers. But I forgot to film that. So here I am making some snacks that would go as starters at the table. And if you have children at the table, then this is also a perfect healthy snack for them as well. I also like serving dips at the dinner table, but those were store-bought, so I just put them into the plates and served like that. So the table, I've said not everything yet is here because the main dish is still missing and a lot of Christmas plates are still missing, but here I've made the wraps with zalm, I made the paprikas which are also filled with cream cheese, the salad with rucola, it's like kind of like a caprese salad, and some wraps. The chicken turned out to be amazing. It was very soft and juicy, and the feeling, the taste of it was not overwhelming. You could still taste some orange or apple, but it was not too much. It was just perfectly balanced. And this was the most magical time of the evening when the kids were unwrapping their gifts from Sinterklaas, and it was simply melting my heart when I was looking at them, but especially at Aya's, because it also brought me some memories how a year ago on this day I was still pregnant, and thinking how we would be celebrating it together with him the following year. And here we are, he is already big enough to climb at the table and get his own gifts. After the guests left, we were busy cleaning everything up and putting Ayas to sleep, so I didn't have time to film anything, but I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog and you also felt the atmosphere of our first Sinterklaas, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!